Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Bryony and I'm one half of Indecisive Readers. Today's clip is one of two. I am going to introduce you to this video and then cut to another clip and then talk about the books that are relevant today. But basically I filmed the first bit and I look tired, so I'm going to introduce it looking a little less tired, a little more put together. My hair's a bit curly today. I've got clothes on rather than pyjamas and all of that. But basically, this video is either a weekly or a monthly or maybe a fortnightly vlog where I read romance books, because in February on Valentine's Day, because I'm a sentimental soul, I will be ranting about romance, and I figure I can't really do that without having read some romance. So all of January and maybe the beginning of February I'm going to read romance, vlog it, potentially annotate some books or at least make notes on books, and then I'll hopefully have more feelings. I'm very sorry because I look tired today because it's late. Today is the 1st of January 2020 and I am starting off the year, the decade, the future by torturing myself. Basically, in the last year, I've decided I don't really like romance, or at least romance in books that are specifically not romance. And I read a romance book recently, didn't love it, so I thought maybe I hate romance. And I'd been planning a while ago to do a rant about romance for Valentine's Day because your girl's sentimental. And I thought I can't really do that without having read romances, so I'm going to read romances for a month. So yeah, I'm going to get lots out from the library. I'm going to read ones that I already have. I'm going to borrow ones from people that have ones that I want to read. I'm also going to read ones that I don't think I'll like. I'll read a few that I will like, but I'll also read a few that I won't like. To get a whole range. For example, I'm going to read Twilight. I've never read Twilight. I may have watched a film. I think I may have watched a second film. But it's not a romance, but, and I mean it's not a romance book either. It is like a, is it fantasy? It's a book with a romance in, so it doesn't technically count, but we're going to count it. I'm also going to read The Notebook, which I also haven't read, but it's the big romance, so I'm going to do that. But yeah, to start the decade, I thought I'd want to read one that I would like, and so I read Heartstopper by Alice Oseman, which is an LGBT graphic novel about two boys that fall in love. Sam read it in August. I got my friend a copy for Christmas and I've been meaning to read it for ages anyway, and because I wanted to start the decade with a good book, I thought we'll go for this one. I wasn't going to do my thoughts, but I thought I'm going to introduce you to the video, so why not? Basically, I liked it. It was quite cute, quite fluffy. It doesn't like jump straight in. It takes a while to build up to it, and like as the book finishes you don't know where they stand. Sam brought this copy and I brought him the sequel, and I made fun of him because he wanted to immediately jump into the sequel, so he brought the sequel from me rather than waiting for his birthday for a month, and now I see why. So I will read the sequel. I might read another one first so I can kind of like spread them out a bit. The next book I'm going to read isn't a romance, but it's a NetGalley book that comes out this month, so I need to read it. But I do also have another NetGalley book that comes out this month that is a romance, so I'm going to read that. There are a few NetGalley books I think I'll just like make my way through because they are romancy. I'm also going to watch some films, but yes, this one I liked. The art style was cute. It's very YA, like not just very YA about what it's about, but like it's got text messages and BuzzFeed quizzes and school and drama, and yeah, it was cute and I like it, and was a good book to start the year off. And also it means I'm one book down and we're only one day in. I mean obviously it's quite short graphic, or it's not hugely short, but it's quite short and it's a graphic novel, so it's quicker, it's just easy to read. It took about an hour to read. But yeah, it makes my Goodreads goal look good. So yes, I will update you when I've got more books to read. Hopefully there are ones I'm not going to like, because that'll be more interesting rather than me just saying, oh, it's really cute. So yeah, that's why I'm reading Twilight. I will see you soon. The first book I'm going to talk about today is The Kiss Quotient by Helen Huang, which is about a woman with Asperger's or autism who can't date, and so decides to hire a male escort to do that for her. Or not to do that for her. The male escort is not going to do the dating for her. He is going to teach her to date and to be better at sex and kissing and all that, because when she has sex, she just kind of shuts down and the men do it, which is weird. But I'm about that far through, 54 pages of 314 or something, and so far it is super, super cringy. Like, there was a line, like, I don't doubt that if you're bad at dating, you can't tell if someone's hot, but she seems to very much know he's hot. Like, at one point she calls him the finest male specimen she's ever seen, and he's got an 8-pack, and she is his, like, fantasy, like, his biggest fantasy is hot teacher, and she looks like a hot teacher. And it's weird, and, like, I don't know if I'm allowed to do this, but I'm going to read the first 2 paragraphs, or the first, like, couple. Still, Elaine's gaze jumped from her breakfast up to her mother's gracefully aging face. A subtle application of makeup drew attention to battle-ready, coffee-coloured eyes. That boded ill for Stella. When her mother got something into her mind, she was like a honey badger with a vendetta, pugnacious and tenacious, but without the snarl and fur. Just a lot of metaphors and a lot of cringe, and I don't know, like, I think the author has autism, but sometimes it feels like she's a bit stereotyped. So I don't know. We will see. Thus far, it's quite graphic, which it's obviously going to be. It's about sex, but yeah, I'm not feeling it so far. Like, it might get better. It might kind of get over the cringe as it gets cuter, but thus far it's a bit weird. They have kind of jumped into it now. The story's actually going to start rather than setting it up. So we will see. The second book I have been reading, which is the third book for this, is Angus Thongs and Full Frontal, I don't know what the book is called, but I'll put a picture up there, by someone, you know what, I'm also going to put it down here because I can't remember anything, which I am borrowing from the library. This is also a library book as well, but I'm borrowing from the library as an audiobook, because I have another ebook on the go. I quite like having lots of choice, apparently. And it's not like the film. I think the film are the first 2 books combined. This is just the first one. And it's quite funny, it's quite cute, it's definitely very teenagery. I think teenage girls definitely like it, but it's just, something about it is very wrong, or a lot of things about it are very wrong. Basically, there's a lot of transphobia and a lot of suicide mentions and a lot of lesbian phobia, whatever that phrase is, where she says, oh, I really hope I get a man and don't turn out to be a lesbian. So it's not like I might be a lesbian, it's I hope I find a man and I'm not a lesbian, or like lesbian is the final option. She also finds something in her dad's wardrobe, I assume that is like something her mum wears for sex. And she's like, oh, I hope my dad's not transvestite, because that would be awkward. Also, if she doesn't hear from her friends like all day, she's like, oh, well, I might as well be dead. I'd kill myself if I wasn't so depressed. I'm just like, that's not okay. Why are you writing this in books for teenagers? And it's meant to be relatable and funny, and so it takes things to extremes, but it's just, no. But she, yeah, kind of adventures of teens as they discover sex and kissing. Like, she's gone to a kissing expert to learn how to kiss, and yeah, it is kind of funny, but I am having to take it with a pinch of salt because it's about 17, 20 years old or something, and some of the jokes they're making do feel like there are some where she's like, I wish I had bigger boobs, but not too big boobs. They're like funny jokes, they're funny jokes for teens. But yeah, I may have to resort to the film because that may be less awkward. So that said, I'm about 36% of the way through. It's only 3 hours long, so I'll probably finish it, but I may watch the film as well. So yeah, I will check back in with you when I've got more updates. I'm going to read a bit now. I'm also going to get my laptop, maybe write a couple of blog posts, or at least one blog post to go up with tomorrow's video because I wasn't very good at it. Didn't include all the stuff I wanted to. And I need to apply for jobs because that's my big New Year's resolution. I want a job and I should apply for at least 2 a week. So yeah, I will see you soon. Also, as a vaguely related thing, I put on Gavin and Stacey this morning because I watched the Christmas episode and have never actually watched it. I figure that's kind of romancy, so maybe we'll watch that too. Thus far, 'tis cute. It's like a long distance relationship where they briefly meet up and it's really nice, and then they cry when they separate at the end of the 2 days. And I feel that Sam and I had that. Like, my mum and dad were like, you can't really have this anymore. You can't just have a phone conversation. And that's exactly what Sam and I did for 3 months. No, more than that, June. Right, July, August, September, October. For about 5 months. Like, we just text. I think, did we call once? No, we didn't call once. Like, we text a lot. And we first started messaging on Tumblr, then we text. And we would leave each other voice messages, but we never actually called each other, so it could still happen. But yeah, it's very cute, and I can totally see it happening because it did. And also I can see the being sad when you separate for the first time because it was really sad. And then also the saying I love you, it feels early on because it's just the first time you've met or the second time, but when you've been talking for that long, it feels like you know the person more because you can't just go out on dates or have sex or something. I mean, they do, but you can't do that stuff in the first 6 months. You almost get to know someone better, I think, when it's through text. So yes, I just thought I'd add that as a cute romancy thing that I like, so yeah. Hi everyone, I'm just checking back in because I got a light, so I can do it. I'm upstairs applying for some jobs, looking tired once again because it is the evening. But basically, I haven't got a lot further with either books because I've been doing stuff this weekend. I've read some more of this. I matched this actually. I'm trying to read at least 50 or so pages a day. I think that's the cat. Yeah, I'm trying to read 50 or so pages a day. So I'm hoping to get at least to 150 today. I've also got some taps. They turned up today with the ring light, also with a stand for my phone to go up on, but I haven't done it. I've put it in here vaguely as tab in things. I haven't decided which things I'm going to do it for. My options are cute, cringy, creepy, physical description, genuine feelings, insta love, and sex. I don't know if I'm going to put another one in. I vaguely want to put dates in, but I'm not sure. More feelings. It was so bad yesterday. I couldn't film my reaction straight away because basically I've been reading it in the bath. Either in the bath or late at night with like my torch under my bed, because basically in the same room as my sister and she goes to bed before me. It was so bad. Right, so she'd just taken off her bra and he said, for the first time, Stella didn't seem to know it, but she had the kind of nipples men and babies dreamed about. Rosy tinted areolas gave way to extravagantly protruding tips that, no question about it, had to stay pointed 24/7, hot or cold, rain or shine. Stella Lane, conservative economist, had porn star nipples, and he wanted them in his mouth. Men and babies. And then, a bit later, he asked her to kneel in front of her topless, and he said, right, just as he'd planned, the new position brought her nipples to face level, though, if she wasn't careful, she'd poke an eye out with one of those things. Only in his line of work was blindness by nipple assault a true hazard. I think it's amazing. I've giggled a lot. Other than that, she just made a new proposition to him. She's also realised she's got feelings for him. He doesn't yet know that she's autistic. His cousins worked it out. He's got other friends. She hasn't had other friends yet. I feel like to make a point, she seems exaggerated a lot, and that seems one of the things she's exaggerated. So she doesn't seem to have like any other interactions, and she's just realised she might like him. And so her new proposition might be a bad idea for her. However, she is offering him £50,000 a month to pretend to be her boyfriend, or to teach her how to have a boyfriend. And there's no sex. I suppose they're going to make out. They are definitely going to have sex before the 3 months is out. But she's offering him £50,000 for it. I mean, I'd like that money. I'd pretend to be someone's boyfriend and I'm not a boy. It's just insane. I haven't got more to update on Angus Thongs and Perfect Snogging. No, what's it called in the Angus Thongs and Full Frontal Snogging? Don't have more to update on that, but yeah, I'm gonna get on with some job applications. I'm going to go through, annotate it. I can't annotate it as a book. I'm going to go through, put some tabs in it. Also, I decided last night I think I'm going to read The Hunger Games this month, or the start of next month, because whilst it's not a romance, a lot of the story is based on the romance. So I haven't read it in a while, and the prequel is coming out this year, and so I was planning on rereading it anyway. And I have a post I want to go up before the romance rant goes up, and I want that included in it, so I might get on and do that shortly. But yeah, we will see. I will let you know if anything more exciting happens. If, I don't know, she's pregnant, just like Mary. It hasn't been long since I last checked in. It's been like a few hours. I mean, no, it hasn't been a few hours. I checked in last night. It's been a few hours of doing stuff, but I thought I'd check in because I have sticky tabs in my book. I've also lost my bookmark, but you can't do anything about it, and apparently I can't because I can't find it. But anyway, I haven't read a lot more. I've got to about 159 pages, so that's about halfway through. I am about to have lunch. You don't need to know that, but I'm about to have lunch. I'm going to watch another episode of Gavin and Stacey. And basically I've stayed at home today whilst my mum and my sister have gone out because I need to do some job applications. There are lots I want to do that finish today, so I'm just going to get on with doing those. I might occasionally give myself a break and read this, but yes, I was going to check in to tell you what the different tabs are. I'm just looking down because they're on my thing. Basically, my pink tabs, I could show you, I'll show you on this actually. My pink tabs, I have written down for cute, but there aren't so many cute things in here, so I'm kind of using it for non-intimate forms of bonding. Like, there's a lot of... sex is the wrong word. Purple is sex, and I have quite a few purpley things. There you go, you can see there. And they don't actually have sex yet. They've had like lots of very close sex things, but the whole thing is she's trying to learn how to do all the stuff and freezes up every time like they actually go to have sex, so they haven't had sex yet. So I'm going to change where it says sex to saying something like physical doing. Physical sexy time. Like lots of kissing, lots of making out, lots of getting undressed and being hard and boobs and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to put that as purple. Yeah, I don't have cute at the moment, so that is pink, and that is the non-like physical bonding. So if they're going to go out on a date, or they're going out with friends, or they're talking, that's what I'm putting for that. There's quite a few orangey things, which means cringy. There's no yellow, because yellow is creepy, and I'm kind of reserving that for Twilight and The Notebook, maybe. Like ones that have been romanticised but aren't really that romantic. Green is physical descriptions. I haven't put in every physical description because quite often it will have like one really long one, or one and then a break, then another one. So like if it's like a new time they've described it or something, I will include it. Blue, when I mentioned it the other day, was insta love, but now I've put it for non-love interest interactions, because when it's a romance book you generally just have the love interest talking, but they've got to have other friends because that's what real life people have. The girl has fewer other interactions. She tends... I didn't put one in actually. I might add one in for her. But she tends generally just to talk to her parents. Whereas the guy has cousins and friends. Well, cousin who is a friend and his family. And he just spends more time with them. Whereas the girl tends to like being on her own. So I kind of wanted to see how often they were hanging out with other people, I guess, and it's not a lot. And the dark bluey purple, it's like really difficult to tell the difference, but there are some in there. They are genuine feelings, so there's like a lot of the time it's kind of like I said, insta love, kind of just wow, they're amazing, look at them, they're so sexy. But sometimes they're beginning to like actually feel something for each other. Like the guy wants to protect her, and that's why he initially takes her up on her proposal, because he doesn't trust the other people. So yeah, I put that as the dark bluey purple, this one. So yeah, I don't have a lot more to say. I'm just applying for jobs. It feels like I'm back at uni because last night I was up really, really late doing it. So yeah, I'm going to go and eat something because I'm hungry. Watch something whilst I'm eating. Carry on. Do a bit of reading here and there. And I may check back in with you. The other thing I should have said a while ago is I'm basically the Grinch of romance books. So if you like romances, watch this for the amusement rather than my actual opinion. I just don't enjoy romance books. I don't know what to say. They're not my thing. When they're cute, they're okay. I don't know if because I'm reading these expecting them not to like them, I'm not liking them, or if I'm just miserable. But yeah, it just feels somewhat cringy and horrible, but like a lot of people would like these, so yeah, ignore me. Just watch this for the entertainment of seeing me hate something. It's not actually all that bad. I feel like from now on the book is going to get better. It's going to get cuter rather than cringy, hopefully. But yeah, just in this one, I think in particular, the way that some of it is written just feels so off. Maybe it's the fact that it's a guy narrating it and I am not a guy, and so seeing things like that is weird for me. But yeah, I am not the romance lover. It took me a long time to fall in love myself, and so seeing all these books where people immediately fall in love just isn't for me. And so yeah, this is nothing to do with how the book actually is, it's just me. So welcome to my Grinch life. Where is it? Oh my god, it's really different. It is gingerbread treat. How long do we... Oh, it's in fancy bags. How long do we put that in? I feel like I've heard that the bags are like poisonous. That they 4 to 5 minutes. That some of the plastic comes out in the bag or something. Who knows? Right, 4 to 5 minutes. Timer. 5-2. That's convenient. You need to leave that over the top, don't you? Oh, butts. I am back again, people. It has not been long since I last checked in once again, but I'm back. I'm looking slobby and horrible and worn out and not at all like the sexy female protagonist you get in every single movie. There's also a spatula behind me because I'm in the kitchen making a cup of tea. You may have seen me opening up my advent calendar. I could tell you I got it in the sales for cheap, but I actually just got it late and forgot to open it. I'm trying out a flavoured tea. I don't know if I like flavoured teas. The only one I've tried before, I was disappointed it wasn't tea. So I don't necessarily want a cup of tea now, but I'm quite cold, so I want like a warm drink. So I'm going to try it. It is gingerbread treat. I quite like gingerbread. I don't like ginger though. I hadn't thought of that. So we're going to see. You may see me looking horrified in a minute, but who knows. Basically, I've decided to stop the video here because it's about 4 o'clock now. I'm not going to read any more in the next couple of hours. I might read some more this evening, but I'm probably not going to check back in or not have time to check back in. I've got work to do, I've got applications to do still, and so it's a frying pan as well. So yeah, I just don't think I'm going to check back in, and I've got enough content. I've got some to cut down, and it's got to get to Sam as well at some point. So yeah, this is me checking in, checking out, saying cheerio. If you enjoyed watching me suffer through romance, let me know. You don't need to tell me I should carry on because I'm going to. If you hated it, I'm very sorry, so do I. But yeah, if you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up. If you enjoyed these books, please don't take my word as gospel because like I said, it's not. I just don't like romance books. And yeah, I will see you soon. I mean, I'll see you tomorrow, but you'll get this next week, and I will see you at some point. Bye.